Welcome back. This is the time that you can call in. The number to call is 0808-054-2233. That's 0808-054-2233. And if your tweet's coming in time, they could get treated. Now, you were talking about babies have started babbling. Yes. They started making sounds. They've had expressions, and suddenly they regress.
Yes.
Whatever could be the reason for that. Why the regression? One would have expected that it would be something that would start from childhood, but once the child has started babbling, is 2 years old, you're in the clear.
That's the thing about autism. That's, well, when we've talked with such mothers and tried to find out, going back, they actually tell you that, oh, I think the child was, yes, different, it's something that they now think back and realize that actually, even as a baby, this child was a bit different. Picky with food, you know. They notice that the child easily gets irritable when there's change, because autistic children like a pattern of things to go the way they have always known it. If sometimes they insist on wearing the same shirt every day, the minute you change the shirt, the child goes into a tantrum. Such a thing might not have been taken note of properly before. But when the child
tantrums is one of the hallmarks.
Yes, it's one of they just go into tantrums when there is a change in the routine. For instance, you pick the child from school and go a particular route home every day. Then one day you decide to stop to buy something. That stop.
And then he throws a tantrum. People say that all children, there's a time they throw tantrums.
Yes,
How do you now differentiate between this autistic child and just, a normal child just growing up?
That's what I'm saying. It's something that the mothers would have noticed over time. You see them saying, anytime we try to bring out a different shirt, he just gets so irritable.
Oh dear!
Yes,
don't tell me.
It's something
he
that
likes a blue shirt. That's all he's ever going to wear.
Sometimes it might be one shirt. Sometimes it might be a particular food. Also, they might want to eat a particular food every time, and then the minute you change it, that's a problem. So they tend to have these stereotypies, behaviors. This is a pattern of doing things.
Okay. Now, I've heard that sometimes some of these children are always eating. Is this true?
Always eating? No, they are picky. They are different in terms of...
Do they fill their mouths with food or something?
No, they tend to... Well, they have abnormal eating patterns. Let's put it that way. They can have abnormal eating patterns. They can be very picky. Then sometimes there are also cases of they can eat things that are not edible. They can want to eat paper or eat, things that they shouldn't ordinarily eat at that age. They just want to put things... It just is an inappropriate pattern of eating.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Let's take Rosemary's call from Lagos. Hello, Rosemary. Hello, Rosemary. Apparently, Rosemary is not on the line anymore. Hello, Rosemary. Let's hear you. Your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Let's have your question. I think we've lost Rosemary there. So, repetitive behavior. That's another place I want to go to.
Yes.
I have children. In fact, one of my children, if he really wanted to be left alone, at a certain point in his life, just get enough paper and put it right there on the floor with him. He'll sit and just be ripping at those, sheets and be very happy. You can go about and do anything you want. But you said that could be an autistic child. How do you know the difference? It's like it's really difficult to pinpoint.
It might be, but as I said, mothers always, their instincts. The mother will tell you that this child will go on, this thing occurs continuously throughout the day. A child might just be arranging motor
Morning
cars.
till night.
Arranging motor cars in a line. After some time I don't think your child was tearing papers throughout.
No,
an autistic
for
child.
The duration of the activity.
No, an autistic child wants to do it continuously. The minute you try to remove him, he's getting worked up, agitated, irritable and all that. There's even head banging. Some of them go into head banging just to assert they are not actually in control per se. They don't know how to express their frustration with what you have. That's why they can take it out.
Can they be taught how to express themselves in a way that other people can understand them, other people can relate with
well,
them.
that's when we come to, we say early intervention can be very important for autistic children. I mean, we talk of applied behavioral analysis. It's a situation in which you reinforce positive behavior. So in such a case, we advise mothers, when children are doing things that you try to ignore, while when they do one thing which is positive, you reward behavior. For instance, try to get the child to look at you
Yes,
when
that's
you are
another
talking.
thing, eye contact.
Yes, eye contact, because they tend to,
So do you just say, okay, look at me?
Well, you
That
might do
not
it.
work.
No, you might do it while giving something to the child, you withhold it until the child can make eye contact with you, and then you let go of it. And then the child, is something that is done, it's better to start early.
So he now knows that once he makes eye contact,
I'll get this from my mommy.
thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
While we tend to say ignore bad behavior or negative behavior. And then as much as possible too, things that make them, that soothe them, like music has been found to be very useful for them, some of them. Even some of them are very good with pets. I mean, I know of an autistic child who loves his dog. When his dog is around him, he's happy and fine. Then they could also be attached to particular people. It may be a driver, it may be a nanny. They just have their...
And for no particular reason.
Yes, they just have people that tend to be calm around. So also we advise, I mean, like music can be very good for them, some of them.
I'm going to talk about the functionality of these people, I mean, in the real world. But let's just go on a break first. When we come back, we get into that. We're going on a short break. When we come back, some other things about autism. Stay with us.